Replaying Nioh in 2025 only confirms what I thought of the game when it first came out. Its opening hours are magnificent, then it sort of trails off towards the back end and ends with a bit of a fizzle. Back in 2016, FromSoft still reigned supreme over the Souls-like genre. There were some half-hearted attempts to recapture the magic of Dark Souls, but most of them fell decidedly flat. So when Koei Tecmo, publishers of the Dynasty Warriors and Atelier series, announced that they were going to do their own spin on the popular genre with Team Ninja, developers of the Ninja Gaiden series, people just shrugged, me included. Then I played the demo. It was awesome. Instead of trying to mimic what FromSoft was doing, they created a new system from scratch. There were health and stamina bars of course, but no two-handing, and stamina management was greatly modified by the introduction of ki pulses, a way of regaining stamina after a combo or later on by dodging or parrying. Combos themselves are no longer linked to specific weapons in a class but could be bought, upgraded and changed at will to fit a certain playstyle. Additionally, each weapon type had 3 interchangeable stances, low, middle and high, that vastly changed their moveset. This was no longer Dark Souls, it was something different. But it didn't stop there. Guardian Spirits provided passive and active bonuses. Magic and melee were complemented by a third pillar, ninjutsu. Kodama, think little green fairies, could be found on most levels for additional passive bonuses. Each weapon had a set of minor upgrades that became more powerful the more the weapon was used, known as familiarity. In-game challenges unlock prestige points that can be traded in for even more upgrades. And I haven't even started on the blacksmith or the tea house, which allows you to join a clan and battle other clans for glory, and more bonuses. It's a min-maxer's dream, allowing to craft a character that can become an absolute powerhouse. And therein perhaps lies the one thing that may turn some people off. Nioh is complex, not in its gameplay but in its systems. Unless you want to grind the same levels over and over and over again, you have to engage with them. You have to scroll through the 50 or 60 pieces of loot you get from each level and decide what to do with them. Sell them, offer them up for Amrita or souls, upgrade them, transmog them, reforge them, etc. If this sounds like hell, then you should probably look away. My other gripe is the padding. There are roughly 24 main missions in the game, but completing each of these unlocks as many sub-missions that are basically the exact same levels with different enemy placements. This sometimes even happens twice or 3 times. It's not fun. You can of course avoid these submissions entirely, but considering they unlock some important NPCs, rewards and other upgrades, it would be a shame to do so. It's a slog though, and that leads into my final gripe. If you do everything, Nioh suddenly becomes too easy. You find your perfect build and perfect guardian, everything clicks, and nothing poses a threat anymore. Apart from falling off a few ledges, I don't think I died at all on the last 10 or so levels of the game. Yes, I did use the occasional sloth talisman, and I only died twice to the final boss. Of course, you can make the game as easy or as difficult as you like by skipping all the side content, but once again that means you miss out on roughly half the game, which is a shame. The complete edition I played has 3 pieces of DLC, and this is where everything I said previously goes out the window. I haven't even finished the first one yet, they are brutal. Apparently the devs designed them for players who had already finished New Game Plus, and you can switch freely between both modes. I may have to resort to doing that, but that would mean slogging through the same environments and enemies again for the 4th or 5th time. Nioh deserves a lot of credit for trying something different, and ultimately, I enjoyed my time with it, despite the repetition and loot management. That's why I believe Nioh deserves a spot on the B tier. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.